Great. Thanks, Holly. I appreciate that introduction. Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great summit so far. My name is John Ballantyne. I am your representative for Essential Education. I have been working in education for over 30 years now, and you can see the effect that it's had on me. Actually, I'm probably going to need to disable my video here shortly just because with my big bald head, I've actually interfered during Zoom meetings with bandwidth. So anyway, I want to say on behalf of Essential Education that we are honored to be a sponsor at this year's CAPE Summit. And I'm really excited that you've joined me for this lunch session, helping adult educators evolve and re-engage with interactive and purposeful professional development, as Holly has already announced. So I hope everybody can pull up a virtual chair and let's enjoy lunch and the session together. I'll try not to smack too loudly as I eat my lunch. So anyway, let's get going. Now, the one thing that I like to do, and I don't know if any of you out there have tried this, Slido.com, but I like to use this platform for interaction. So what I'm going to be asking each of you to do, if you can, is access Slido.com. I'll give you the information here in my next slide. And I'm going to take a couple of polls to get us going here. So all you simply need to do is go to slido.com and then it'll ask you to enter in the following number, 6093191. And no, you don't have to put in the number symbol, but you just need to put in the number. And I've got a question for you out there. What do you like most about working with adult learners? Oh, great. Look, it even shows we got a person typing right now. So let's give you a minute or so and tell us, what do you like most about working with adult learners? Okay, here we go. They are the most ignored, okay, and most appreciative. Great, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. We got quite a few people out there. So let's just, we've got time here. So let's interact with one another. Their desire to learn. Yes. Most of them do come to the classroom ready to learn. Of course, they also want to know that relevance piece, don't they? Why am I learning this and when am I ever going to use it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who is that? Is that Susan? Suzanne, did you have something?
It was Suzanne. She came off mute. I muted her again because I assumed it was accidental.
Oh, okay. No worries. They are participating in their second chance. Yes, some of them, maybe it didn't work out the first go around. Maybe they didn't fit the so-called, K-12 system. Okay, here we go. How active they are in their own learning, helping them move on to their next step in life. Okay. Learn and grow. They're motivated and want to be there. Yes. Okay. Still seeing some great responses. Their stories are motivating as they learn. Yes. And they have stories to share, which is really neat. I mean, they've, lived a little bit longer than your K-12 students, so they have some background. They have stories and events to share. Seeing their progress and accomplishing their goals, their desire to learn and meet their goals, so much appreciation. They put forth effort without having to call their parents. Okay, all right, yeah. That's a good one. They are thankful of you and the program you provide. Yes, again, somebody said they're very appreciative. being part of their journey and help them with their next steps. Yeah. Okay. We'll probably go one more minute on this. Goal oriented. Okay. I don't know, Holly, I don't know if people are just now joining us. I mean, I could give them like a one more minute. I do see some more participants now. I mean, if they want to join us at slido.com and punch in the number there on my slide, they're more than willing or more than welcome to do that.
Yes, I have put it in the chat again
Oh,
for everyone as a
great.
link with the code. And it's really up to you how much time you give.
Yeah, and I've got plenty of time here, so we will definitely be finished early. But I like the interactive part, and so let's give them a minute or so.
Okay.
They are the most amazing people that demonstrate tenacity. Okay, good. Retention. Okay, excellent. All right, well, we have another, we'll have another slide here in just a second. I have another question for you. So you shouldn't have to go back into Slido. Once you go in once, my next poll should just actually appear when I get to the slide, okay? So if you're already into slido.com, just hang there because again, once I get to that slide, it's gonna trigger the next poll. All right, let me read this last one and we'll move along. Their commitment to themselves and their families. Excellent. Well, thanks everyone for participating in that. Greatly appreciate it. All right, I got one simple objective for this session here. It's to share with you the interactive and purposeful. When I say purposeful, these are not surface professional development resources that I'm going to be sharing with you, and you should be able to implement what you learn from them immediately. So the overall objective is just to share with you what we offer and then to discuss with you how you can use them. So that's the overall objective for this session. All right, so let's go back to Slido. And here it is, the question: share one PD resource or site you have found useful. Okay, maybe you have used it in the past, maybe you're currently using it, maybe it's something you're wanting to use and check out and you haven't yet. So let's share with one another that, and let's see what we come up with. CalPro classes, okay. CalPro is an excellent resource for PD. OTAN training, yeah, and we're going to share with you a resource actually that's brought to you with a partnership that we have with OTAN. That'll be one of the resources I share with you during this session. CASAS trainings. CASAS is a great organization and a lot of great professional development they provide. Okay. CCAE, yep, excellent. Great resource from the state, and that's a great organization. CAEP, of course. And let's wait about one more minute and we'll move along. Okay, Technology and Distance Learning Symposium. Hippocampus. Okay, these are all great resources, and some of you may not be aware. That's why I'm kind of holding on here for just a second longer, that everybody can see these. I know most everybody's familiar with most of these that have been listed. However, there might be a few that some of you might not recognize or be familiar with. And we still have a few people joining us, so not a problem. I love Twitter for ongoing PD. Okay. All right. Kate Saul. Okay. Excellent. Okay, well, great. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. And again, if you haven't used Slido.com with your students, try it out. It's great. They, with the open-ended questions, you can use them. You can do whole class, small groups, that type of thing with the tool. It's very helpful. Okay, let's move along. And by the way, if you have a question at any time, you can just throw it in the chat box, or I guess, Holly, I guess we can unmute them as well, can't we?
Yes, if you're comfortable with them being unmuted, you can invite, you can let them know that they can come off mute and ask a question if they have it, or they can put it in the chat and I can let you know that it's there.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm very comfortable with people unmuting. That's fine.
Okay, so if they have questions, they can unmute and ask the question directly.
Yeah, just
perfect.
Yeah, make sure you do it between bites of your lunch.
Yes.
All right, great. Let's move forward then. Okay, so I'm going to start introducing you to our professional development resources, and there's really only one set of these that is for a fee. Everything else I'm going to share with you today is free. So these are our 3 online professional development self-paced courses for adult educators: identifying and remediating reading skills difficulties, motivating the adult learner, and the third one is blended learning in adult education. But what's great about this course, with our partnership with OTAN, California teachers are not charged for this course. So it is free for California educators. And I'm going to talk to you more about that one later on in this session. But really, what these 3 courses will do, they're very interactive. They combine direct instruction with situational learning. There's 3 to 5 hours of instruction. You would receive a certificate of achievement upon completing each course, and you have lifetime access. You can always come back to these courses if you need a refresher for anything that you've learned in these courses. One of the more popular ones is motivating the adult learner. So that seems to be probably the most popular. Blended learning is also very popular as well. And so anyway, let's move on to all of the other resources that we provide for you. And all of these now that I'm going to be sharing with you are free resources. You've probably attended one of these. They are called TWEED, Tuesdays with Essential Education. And they're held the 3rd Tuesday of every other month. And we discuss the latest topics, teaching strategies, trends in adult education. And they're run by the president of our education division, Dan Griffith. You receive a certificate of participation. You get a recording of the webinar, and you actually get the presentation slide deck as well. And I just put up here for everybody, this was the last one that we had. It was last week, very well attended. It was called Differentiation for Adult Learners. And what we gave every participant was a link to access our new 3D differentiation guide. We actually released that last week. And I'll be sharing that with you as well during this session. We've got, this is the link right here. Holly, I don't know if you can put this in there or not into the chat box. But if you go to the Essential Education website, you just simply go to professional development. essentialed.com/educators. Holly, that would be kind of the easiest, the shortest. And then you just put professional development. That's how you can get to just about every one of these resources that I'm introducing to you now. Okay. You can sign up if you want. That would put you on our list. And so you would be notified of any professional development event that comes up, including all of the tweeds. So you could do that if you want to once you're on that site. Okay, introducing you to our measurable skill gains handbooks. And by the way, we offer them for CASAS goals as well as Table 11-12. These CASAS accelerator handbooks really are designed to help you accelerate your students through the educational functioning levels. So I put up the table of contents here for you. You can kind of see how they're organized. Each unit is organized around the EFL. So you'll see the CASAS goals alignments. Then there's something called estimated times to teach. And we include a pacing guide for each of these units. Now I don't have, there's 5 and 6, obviously, but I just didn't have enough space to include those EFLs within the table of contents, but those are covered as well, of course. They are available in hard copy, and you can do a free download of these, and that is the site, the exact site of where you can go. Again, it all starts at essentialed.com/educators, and then you'll just search for the Measurable Skill Gains Accelerators. That's how you access these. And just a little sidebar, if anybody's interested, I have a slew of these in hard copy in my personal inventory. If you want to shoot me an email, if you'd say, hey, John, I'd like a couple of these hard copies, and you just let me know, I can get to the local post office and I'll be happy to ship them right to you. Okay, so just letting you know that is available if you want the hard copy. Okie doke. Next resource is our teacher toolkit. And I don't know, you could probably, hopefully you can see this. I just tried to put a screenshot of all that we provide within that toolkit. But again, you go to the same site, go to professional development, scroll down where it says teacher toolkit, and that's where you can locate all of these. And you'll notice they're listed by category. So for example, over here on my left, it says create an engaging hybrid classroom video. So that's a video you can view. There's a document as well on the hybrid classroom, and it includes activity templates. Lesson planning made easy is another one. A teacher's view of hybrid learning. So we have an adult instructor that actually is helping us with some of these courses. And so the other categories, understanding popular technology tools, and some other ones that teachers really like and programs like. We have flyers that we've made up, but you can actually edit these flyers to put in your own information, your own like site, school, program name, just to help you with recruiting students. So you see those there for the GED Academy and HiSET Academy. And then we've got documents on how to implement essential education, including a student login guide. So that's all there within that teacher toolkit. And I just pause for a second, because if anybody has any burning questions, I'll let you, we'll pause for a second on that. Otherwise, I'll just keep moving forward. Okay, we also have 6 free downloadable courses, distance learning series. It starts with the basics and then it gets more advanced, and it addresses the most common distance learning topics in adult education. So you can see course 101, technology for the virtual classroom, records management and communication, a teacher's view of distance learning. Again, this is an actual teacher that has developed this course and is running that course. Soft skills for distance learning teaching, utilizing reports, a teacher's view of data-driven distance learning instruction. All of these are anywhere from about 25 to 45 minutes long. And when you complete each one of these, you get a certificate. And then if you complete all 6, you would get another certificate, just showing that you've completed all 6 of these downloadable courses on distance learning. This is one of our latest resources that we put out. It's called Implementing Distance Education in Adult Education Programs. We developed this guide as a workbook companion to the IDEAL Consortium's Ideal Distance Education and Blended Learning Handbook, which comes from the Ed Tech Center at World Education. Some of you might have heard of them. And so this is really an extension of that and that handbook, and it's a really complete, thorough workbook. You can see the table of contents, what is inside of this guide. There is a part where you can help get ideas on recruiting students to your program, screening your distance learning students, orientation, instruction, assessing your distance learning students, and if you're an administrator, you might like this one on administration considerations and issues. And then we also have an implementation plan template that we included in the guide. What else? You'll also find throughout this guide a lot of research articles, resources as well. We've got many different QR codes that are embedded in here and that you can access those resources. Okay, Holly.
Yes, Rachel Ann asked if they contact you about getting that login.
The login for, I'm sorry?
Hold on, it was what you were talking about just prior to this.
Student login guide?
The 6 downloads.
Oh, the 6 downloads. Again, what you'll do is you just go to the essentialed.com/educators, go to professional development and scroll down, and you'll see the distance learning series, and you'll just fill out a form to access those courses.
Okay, perfect.
That's it.
Thank you.
It's like a short form that you fill out. And then you'll have immediate access. Does that answer the question?
Yes, that's the part
Okay.
she missed, was the professional development. She said, thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Great. Okay. All right, so drum roll out there. Somebody give me a drum roll. This is our latest resource that we put out last week. And this was given to all the participants that joined in on our tweet last week on differentiation for adult learners. And this is the 3D, which is the framework. It stands for discovery, design, and do. And it's all about planning and creating engaging instruction for all adult learners. I squeezed on this slide the table of contents for you. So you'll see the first 3 chapters are going to cover the what, why, and who. And then, of course, the rest of it, it's all about the how. So, you know, we hear a lot about the what and the why and the who, but oftentimes we don't get much on the how. And that's really the overall goal of this differentiation guide. So you can see, first of all, is discovering your interests, the interest of your students, and then designing. There's a plan that's in here, a plan template. And then what's really helpful, if you scroll down and you look down to chapter 9, we include 3 different unique scenarios and we fill it out for you. We fill out the instruction plan template for you. So you really have a good sample to look at. And then toward the end of it is just looking at technology, alignment, 5-step curriculum evaluation, and then, you know, just some of our additional resources that we provide at Essential Education. And that, by the way, that link down below, that's how you get to the site where you would ask for the guide itself. So again, it's a short form you fill out. Once you fill it out, you will get the differentiation guide in a PDF format. Okay?
And I have dropped that link in the chat for everyone, John.
Great, Holly. You've been terrific. Thank you. All right, let's go to that course I mentioned early on about the partnership that we've had with OTAN. We entered into this partnership many, many years ago. It was many years even before I arrived at Essential Education, but We're continuing to keep that partnership going. We are keeping this open for all California adult educators. It's our course called Blended Learning in Adult Education. And this is the site. You're basically going, when you go to this link, you're going to go right to the OTAN website on curriculum offers, essential education. And actually, let me give it a try. Let's see if it'll take us there. Okay, here it is. Hopefully everybody can see my screen on this. It got a little small, but what you need to do, and we simplified the process, by the way. So if you go down here to the bottom, it says create an account through Essential Education. So if you click on that, all you have to do is fill out your information. It's like name, email. And once you do that, you should have immediate access to that online course at that point. Okay? So it's that simple. And the last time I checked, we had about 200 seats available for California adult educators. So there are plenty of seats available left for the course. So please, I encourage you to go in, sign up for it. It is a unique offer with OTAN and Essential Education. Okay, so that's another reason. Anthony, oh, Anthony. Hey, Anthony, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, everyone. I'm Anthony Burek from OTAN. So good to see you, John. Thanks so much for plugging this offer. I will say, I think, John, actually, I checked this maybe a day or two ago, that link that you referred us to at the bottom of the page. We may need to fix that link. I was having some trouble actually connecting to the Essential Ed site, but you and I can work on making sure that that link is current and correct. But as John said, yes, we definitely encourage folks in the field to take advantage of this curriculum offer. I myself a while back actually started working through the course just to brush up on blended learning, and it's great. And as John said, you know, it gives you the essential information, and really, but it also encourages you to think about how do you start implementing blended learning in your classroom. There's a variety of ways to do that. The course does a nice job of laying out a lot of different entry points for getting into blended learning, but we certainly are happy to make sure that that link is current and correct, and encourage folks to sign up and join that self-paced course. Thanks, John.
Great. Excellent. Thank you, Anthony. I didn't realize you were here, and I greatly appreciate you jumping on. And yes, I will definitely go to that link. We'll make sure everything's working properly. So, and congratulations to you, Anthony, by the way.
Thanks so much, John.
Okay. So again, I'll work with Anthony. We'll get that, make sure that that's a smooth transition for you. So that's another one of the resources there available for you. At this point, are there any questions that we can address? You can come off mute if you want. You can shoot a chat, and Holly hopefully can help me monitor that.
Yes, and I can tell you it wasn't a question, but Audrey said, I've done the course and learned a lot about blended learning. I highly recommend it if you're looking to change to blended learning.
Great. Thank you for sharing that comment. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the best part of it is it's free. And you can go back to it at any time. If there's a concept on that in that class, there's a lesson in there, you can go back and revisit at any time. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, we still got plenty of time. So if you have any burning questions, please let me know. If you don't have any further questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I've also, before we do our application, I'm also going to include a link to my calendar that you can set up a meeting with me at any time that's convenient for you. But the last thing I want to end with, if you can go to your chat and identify at least one of the professional development resources we reviewed during this session that you would like to explore further and why you think it might be useful for you. And don't worry, I will go back. I'm going to do reverse, and I'm going to go back so we can revisit those resources that we went over so you can get an idea and help jog your memory. So what we're going to end with is this application in the chat. Identify at least one of the professional development resources we reviewed that you would like to explore further and why you think it might be useful for you. And then I'll open up that chat. All right, so let's go back. I'm going in reverse. So this is the blended learning in adult education. We talked about partnership with OTAN, and Anthony jumped on and made a few comments about that course. This is our new 3D differentiation guide that we came out with last week that I talked to you about. This is the implementing distance education guide in adult education programs. This is the free distance learning series that includes 6 free downloadable courses. This is our teacher toolkit. It's a lot of helpful resources in here, documents and videos, recruitment flyers, etc. These are our measurable skill gains handbooks for CASA's goals, as well as we do have them available for table 11, 12 as well. The Tweed, I talked to you about that every third Tuesday of every other month on certain topics in adult education. And I believe, oh, and these are the online PD self-paced courses that we first started with. Okay, so that rounds out all of the PD resources that we addressed during this session. So hopefully that helps jog your memory and can help you answer that application question that I asked, which is here. So we can open up the chat. Holly, if you want to help us out, that would be great.
Yes, absolutely. So Anne said 3D implement, 3D implement and the 6 courses document for recruitment. Sandy said MSG handbooks. Liliana said, oh, she found it under the resources on your website. Great.
Okay.
We have MSG handbooks and PD. Online PD self-paced courses would be helpful for our distance learning program.
Mm-hmm.
The free PD for my instructors. That's what we've received right now.
Okay.
Tweed, I am new to adult education and would love to learn more.
Excellent. Okay, great. Yeah, thank you for adding the usefulness part in your chat. That's very helpful, I think, for all of us to just get ideas on maybe, you know, how you're going to use it, how you might use it in your specific program.
And then we have work essentials course.
Mm-hmm.
And we do want to remind everyone for more information. Oh, let's see, one more. I'm anxious to look at all of these resources. I learned so much by using various learning tools. And John is the one that is actually manning the Essential Ed chat today. So be sure to go and chat with him through the platform. You can get more information. There's some resources posted there as well. Catherine, useful information of what PD and resources are available. Blended learning guide and implementing distance ed and adult ed programs.
Great. Let's do a couple of more, Holly, and then I'm going to end with a slide that shows a link to my calendar.
Okay. That's all we've received at this point.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, everyone. I greatly appreciate your participation. I think we learn best when we learn from each other. So thank you for that. So I'm going to end this. Well, I guess I've got one more slide in here that I had forgotten about, but this just gives everybody at a glance of what we currently provide for adult learners and adult educators. So you can see I've categorized them here for you for adult basic, high school equivalency, workforce, college and career exploration, and some practice tests with professional development there at the bottom. Okay. That's just at a glance. And so now I'm going to show you the last slide that I have for you. So if you ever want to meet or chat with me via Zoom, this is the QR code that I've got that links right to my calendar. You should be able to scan this right off of the your slide or your screen. It should work. But if you can't, this is the link that goes to my calendar. So you can either bookmark that link and save it, or if you scanned the QR code, you'll get the triple bar you see there at the bottom, and you can actually share that to your own email address. When you see that triple bar, it'll say share is one option that you have. So those are a couple of ways you can use that. And what you do is just go into the calendar and select a day and time that works for you. I'll be happy to chat with you just about, anything, maybe just not too many personal things. But any way I can help you and support you and whatever you're doing, I'm here to help you. So anyway, with that, again, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of Cape Summit 2022. And I hope to see you, visit with you soon. Thank you very much.
Yes, and John, thank you.
Oh,
for
I'm sorry,
coming.
Holly.
That's
Take it away,
okay.
Holly.
That's okay. I've been putting stuff in the chat. I listed out the prizes that you have generously donated. 10 seats for the 1-year license of Essential Education's Work Essentials course. And also another winner will get 10 seats of a 1-year license and Essential Education's Computer Essentials course. They know how to find you in the chat. They have all of your resources. Thank you to our attendees for being here, John. Thank you for not only your donations, thank you for your presentation, thank you for your time. Cape cannot put on our summit without our exhibitors, our experts in the field of the tools that our educators and administrators need for their students. Next year, we do plan on being live in person, hopefully in Southern California. We're working out the details, but John, I'm crossing my fingers that we will see you there.
Yes, absolutely. You can count on us.
Yes. So everyone, thank you. Please go enjoy the last few minutes of lunch if you're able to do so. And we will see you at our next session. John, thank you again so much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Bye. And thank you, Anthony. Bye, guys.